All right, first of all, I want to say thank you to the fans and the students that came to the game today. I know we're not quite where we want to be when it comes to attendance, but we did have a great group of people that came out to support those seniors today. Certainly our last home game, and an opportunity to send those guys out the right way. So my staff and our players are thankful for those people that showed up today. Good team win. Good to be bowl eligible. Certainly one of our goals, but really big picture wise, we've got bigger goals and bigger ambitions in front of us. But, defensively, I don't think we played to our potential today. Certainly a lot of things that we've got to fix from an adjustment standpoint, tackling standpoint, getting off the field on third down. We lost our poise. We had a few too many penalties. But in general, another strong day on special teams. And I think offensively, outside of a handful of plays, we did what we needed to do to win the game. So certainly happy for our team and really happy for these seniors to be bowl eligible and be in position to do something special here down the stretch. We talked the whole while through the good and the bad about staying focused on what was important, and that was making improvements, sticking together as a team. Plenty of opportunities out there tonight where those guys could have started pointing fingers, losing their poise. We didn't do that, and we haven't done it the entire season. Every point in the season where we had adversity, we've kept our poise and stayed together, whether it's the staff, the players, and that's what I'm most proud of. We got a football team, that's what I would tell you. And there's been days where the defense has had to have the offense's back. There's been days where vice versa. So through the good and the bad, we've got where we want to be. We're playing next week to get in the championship game. And that's the objective. Be a contender, right? Be a contender and get in the mix. And through improvement and through building a better team, we've done that. So I'm happy for these seniors to go out the right way today, and we look forward to the challenge next week going up to Monroe. Questions?
You've talked about it all season basically, but how much is the key to your offense that it could be anybody? Bradley and Mitchell tonight, Kyle a different one, Regas another one, just all the weapons. How key is that?
Yeah, I mean we've got a team. We got a group that when their number gets called, they make plays. There's tremendous production from lots of different players, and that's the way I really want it on offense. I want to spread it around. I want to be difficult to defend, and not necessarily a one-horse operation. Although if you do have one that's got a hot hand, you got to ride them, and certainly we've got some guys that are very capable. But, offensive line did a really good job tonight. I thought we played well without the ball, outside of the one turnover, which was a bad decision by the quarterback. We took care of the ball, made the defense, we made the other team go the length of the field. I think we punted twice tonight. So I was happy to see us finish the game there by rushing the ball, playing with some physicality, and put one in the end zone there at the end. So, we created turnovers when we needed to. We got stops and got off the field when we needed to. We're not going to be happy with the stats or the score, but we did make critical plays when we needed to, and that's what's important.
Were you planning on the onside kick going into the game, or was that something that you saw because the defense was having issues?
Well, we carry it. We felt like we have a number of different surprise onside deals that we practice. We kind of pick from the ones that we think are best that week. But I just felt like the play count was getting out of whack. A couple quick scores. At one point there, they had a 20-play possession. And I felt like we needed to do something to get the momentum, and really get our get a deep breath for that defense. Because the 20-play drive, then we go score, quick. So, it was more about that for the long haul of the game, because our depth issues start to show up when the play count gets high, and that's what happened today. And you got to give them some credit now. They had a plan. They were going to come in here, run the ball, get into the third and short, go for it on fourth down a number of times throughout the day. So, they held the ball. They tried to shorten the game. At one point, we had more points than we had plays, I think. So, but their team played hard, and you could see defensively they got lots of players. That's a very capable team over there. I mean, that's a big, tall, long, fast, physical team that really has played a difficult schedule. You look at who they played non-conference. They played the better teams in this league. So I think that team's a little bit better than their record indicates. They've got very capable personnel.
What about targeting Bradley? Was that something you saw on film beforehand, or did that just kind of develop?
Well, I think, yeah, I mean, the ball can go a lot of different places based off the coverage, you know. But you got to give Jamarcus credit now. The one, you know, I'm holding my breath on the one now. You know, I'm thinking that because that secondary has made plays on the ball throughout the year, and he just went up and made a great play on the ball. Jamarcus is a no-nonsense blue-collar guy. You know, he goes about his business. He's a great practice player. He's tough. He's a good teammate. He plays without the ball just as good as he does when he's catching it. And he's one of the guys that really represents what we want our team to be about.
How much of a threat is Chase Rogers?
I think he's an outstanding player. You can see what he's capable of. You know, and just happened to be his possession, and he was in the game, and the ball went that way. But guy can stretch the field. He had a critical block on the first Elijah Mitchell touchdown, you know, that pop for a touchdown. He cut off the backside defensive end in the C gap. You know, that guy's a tough kid that really has stayed engaged and stayed focused. Be really difficult for some players to come back and pick it up that quick, but I think that says something about the kid that he was able to do that.
You touched on tackling, but what, in addition to that, are you going to have to clean up between now and going to Monroe?
Well, they came in here and played in some groupings they hadn't played in before. You know, they got in jumbo sets, bigger, you know, 13 personnel, 22 personnel, some things maybe that were a little bit different, you know. A lot more gaps out there when there's, you know, 3 tight ends, 2 tight ends, 2 backs. Makes your secondary players have to tackle. You got to play the perimeter. And they had a good plan, good mix of quarterback run. And all the while, they got those big 6'4" wideouts out there on the outside that, you know, you got to be concerned with as well. So they got weapons. You know, those backs are big, heavy, hard to tackle guys. So give them some credit, you know. And but we made stops when we needed to. That's what I would say. We got takeaways. We offensively, we could have put the game away. We did not capitalize on the 2 turnovers the defense got. You know, we got 3 points out of 2 turnovers at midfield, and that's where we need to improve. We got to capture the momentum there. And really that's where, you know, offensively I feel like maybe we could have done a little bit better. But, hey, I'm going to tell you something now. There ain't no quitting that group in that locker room now. They just keep playing. There's a lot of opportunities out there where it could have got negative, and it didn't. And I think that's a sign of the relationships that those guys have built, you know, and the trust factor. We've spent a lot of time focusing on that, and I think it's paid off.
Almendarez kicked the last 2 kickoffs. Is that a product of the redshirt rule, or is that something you anticipate moving forward?
He's actually kicked before in the game. You just didn't catch it. But he's a talented rookie kicker that came in this summer, you know, and a guy that has a big leg. You can see there he's very capable. He was a contender for the kickoff job in training camp, but just had a few injury issues, and he's a guy that we wanted to get in there and give him an opportunity. So certainly Kyle's a senior, and we'll have a competition to see who the kicker's going to be next year, and Almendarez will be one of those guys.
Which other game?
Say it again?
Which other game did he have?
I'm not sure. I know he's kicked one more time.
Coach, we talked all year about the offensive plays getting out of whack. You mentioned it was 57-22 at one point.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Is this like the worst it's been potentially? Like it could have really.
Yeah, I do. I think so. You know, and we're gonna watch the tape, and it's gonna be something we could have got. We could have got off the field a number of times throughout the night. And you got to give them a credit. Their plan was to 3rd and medium. They rolled the dice, ran it, got it to short yardage, and said, "Hey, we're going to go for it," you know, and it paid off for them. So I think there's going to be numerous opportunities where we could have executed better, tackled better, and got off the field. Then we don't have that issue. So, you know, we got work to do. We got things to fix. We're not perfect by no means, but no team is, you know. Every team's got its own set of problems, and it's about managing those, fixing those, playing better week to week, and that's what we'll focus on this week.
Have y'all commented or chuckled in coaches' meetings at how often Levi Lewis comes in and y'all score one play?
Yeah, he's a one-score touchdown guy. You know, you got to give that guy some credit, you know. He just shows up and works, does his job, great attitude, well respected by his teammates, you know, and does a good job. He had a little spell there, maybe right there in the first third of the season where he didn't quite look as good or, you know, made a few mistakes, but he stays the course and he's ready. And if you know, if he had to go in there and play the whole game, nobody would blink, including me, including him, most importantly.
You talked about staying focused and holding the pen to the story. Now that you're entering a week of being able to accomplish a lot of goals, just how much do you think this team relishes this moment?
Well, there's going to be no difference. I mean, we've been in the same scenario the entire time. You know, we win in advance, find a way to win in advance. It's all that matters. And we've done it in a lot of different ways, you know. But there's no question we'll be in this. We'll take the exact same approach that we've taken the entire time. Let's try to play our best football, play a complete game, eliminate the things that, you know, issues and deficiencies, the mistakes that are totally under our control. And that's probably the one negative about tonight is I feel like we didn't quite. There's plays out there where I feel like we could have done much better, but. You know, we're going to go back to work. We'll enjoy this thing tonight. We'll be in here tomorrow, roll our sleeves up, and go get ready to play this last one.
Time for a couple more, please.
When they got to 4-4 on the fourth down conversion, and I think 5 with the penalty, what was said, if anything, to not have that be in their head the whole rest of the way?
Well, I mean, that's the key. You know, you got to focus on the next play. You got to have a next play mentality the entire game, regardless of the scoreboard, regardless of the scenario. It's about playing to a standard. And if you're a competitor, you know, you expect adversity, and I think that's the thing that, you know, we're getting better at is we're competing better. We're not short-circuiting and shutting down and self-destructing when we do make mistakes. We just keep playing, okay, hey, they made a few plays, let's get it fixed. We know what happened. This guy's got to do this better. This guy's got to communicate better, whatever the case may be, you know. But there's a lot to be said for how our team has kept their poise. We've made in-game adjustments, and certainly I think we did a good job of that. Now, you take the last touchdown off the board, our defense got it under control in the second half, you know, created takeaways, which was a big part of the game, and certainly a lot of momentum associated with that.
Realistically, at the start of the year, did you see this moment coming that y'all be playing for a divisional title?
I would say, you know, you don't know, man. You just show up and, you know, you just go back to the off-season program. I mean, we joke about it. Some of those first couple off-season programs, you know, it wasn't pretty, is what I would tell you. You know, I think we've made tons of progress, and all the intangible things is what I would say. You know, we basically agreed. We came to an agreement with the players at the beginning of the year. We got enough parts in this room. You know, we got enough ability in this room. It's not going to be about that. It's going to be about us being better teammates, having a little more discipline, playing with great effort, great toughness. Making improvement and executing, developing as a player fundamentally, and then learning how to compete, learning how to keep our poise. And really our focus has been on making improvement. And this is a unique year, you know, to have 3 conference losses, I think we have, right? And we're still in contention. So, you know, I don't think you can take that approach. You know, you start the year saying, hey, let's get the most out of this team that we can get out of them, and give credit to our staff. I think they've done a good job. And we're not finished. That's what I would say. We're not finished.
Can you talk about this group of seniors and what they mean to this team and how it feel to send them out with the win at home field?
Well, in particular, there's a lot of guys in this senior group. Different scenarios. Some of these guys just got here this year. You know, you take Matt Barnes, he's been here 6 years. but number of different stories, 26 of them out there. And I think the big thing that I would say to them, I told them thank you Friday in the team meeting because they basically gave us a chance. It's all we asked for. They didn't know us. We didn't know them. We asked for a chance, give us a chance. And they did that, and they bought in. And really, some of these guys have been great examples in terms of their approach, their buy-in, and, there's something to be said for that. I think when you take over a team that maybe has been through some difficult times, this is one of the groups that were here in the good old days, right? Some of those runs where you won 9 games, you were in the New Orleans Bowl, and I think their experience with the positive was critical for our team because they knew they were here when it was going well, and then they saw what the issues were when it went south, both at the player level, staff level, whatever the case may be. And their ability to lead and learn and say, hey, look, this doesn't work. We got to fix this. We got to change that, I think was critical for our team, And, my first group as a, head coach, so they'll always be special to me.
Unsaid is you're bowl eligible. What does that mean to you?
Well, I think it's the next step. We check the box. This group of players, we got bigger ambitions. I think at some point or another, we made a decision. Hey, we're going to be bowl eligible. We're going to find a way to get that done. It's more about that's what we did today, and we got an opportunity to go do something else next week, and that's what we're going to turn our attention to.